I'm Caroline Collins, and this is Fox 26 Crimes of the Heart. Houston police investigators say women looking for love on a dating app actually became victims of a serial rapist. Fox 26's Dominique Keith reports from the Harris County Jail.
It's a place many modern-day dates begin online.
He has used various dating websites, social media platforms to meet women.
Houston police investigator Ramona Chapa says Ufat Williams would then ask the women out.
Each victim reported that they were driven to bars on Richmond Westheimer Strip by Mr. Williams, and each victim recalls becoming incapacitated after consuming alcoholic beverages brought to them by Mr. Williams.
After blacking out,
the victims reported being taken back to hotels by Mr. Williams, then waking up alone and naked from the waist down.
Williams was charged with 3 counts of sexual assault after Chapa says his DNA linked him to 3 Houston victims, women 25 to 30 years old.
2 of the 3 victims reported that they were sexually assaulted by Mr. Williams at the Crystal Inn located at 10830 Main Street.
Investigators believe the rapes began in 2021. They say he also frequented
the Locker Room Sports Bar, which is located at 4702 Ennis Road, and Uptown Hookah Lounge, 5706 Richmond Ave.
If you've encountered Williams,
if you are scared, we are here to serve and protect. Here in our unit, we start by believing. So it doesn't matter if you don't have labs done, haven't went to the hospital. We want to hear your story.
You may want to hear these online dating safety tips.
Meet in public places during daytime hours. Share your location with friends and family members.
Video chat before meeting in person.
Plan your own transportation. Trust your instincts. And you have a right to say no always.
An investigation is underway after Harris County deputies shot a man accused of murdering his grandparents. 18-year-old Memphis Mitrand is charged with capital murder. Deputies tracked him to a rooftop shortly after a deputy shot at him. His grandparents were found dead in a home 2 miles away. The sheriff says he called someone and admitted to that killing. A Houston police officer is off the force and accused of shooting his wife in the face. Fox 26's Natalie He looks at the case the day it broke and then delivers more about the couple as we've learned more about them.
There's accountability here at HPD, and respecting the due process. I'm expediting my administrative part on it, and that's a promise.
Houston Police Chief Troy Finner vowed to hold his officers accountable after one of them was arrested Monday morning, accused of shooting his wife in the face with a rifle while off duty. It happened around 12:45 a.m. at the Westerly apartment complex on Clay Road in Northwest Houston.
That officer is assigned to Northwest Division. He's 31 years old. Has 2 years of service.
Authorities have not specified what exactly happened leading up to the shooting. Investigators also have not publicly released either name of the couple, but records show the two got married a year ago. Loved ones were seen talking to investigators on scene Monday afternoon and grabbing belongings and what appeared to be a pet from inside the apartment. Chief Finner says the officer was relieved of duty immediately and is expected to face aggravated assault charges.
Once you put that patch on and that badge on, you're a police officer. And I expect you to conduct yourself all times as a police officer. And again, respecting the process. But I'm very troubled on some things that we know now.
According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, on average, more than 10 million women and men experience domestic violence every year in the U.S. HPD's Victim Services is reminding Houstonians that help is available for those who need it.
If we have anyone who is listening to the sound of this broadcast, please know that if you're in immediate danger, you need to call 911.
31-year-old Galib Chaudhry was arrested and charged with the first-degree felony of aggravated assault against a family member, causing serious bodily injury with a deadly weapon. The Houston police officer with 2 years of service has since been relieved of duty after authorities say he almost killed his wife, shooting her in the face with a rifle. The extent of her injuries were revealed in court Tuesday.
Had injuries to her right eyeball, cheekbone fracture, multiple bone fractures to the right hand and fingers.
Court authorities said surveillance video from the apartment showed Chaudhry arriving home about 40 minutes before his wife around midnight Monday. Records show he then sent her several aggressive text messages before the shooting.
Quote, "Wow, wife, end quote. Quote, pick up, end quote.
Investigators revealed Chaudhry claimed he accidentally shot his wife during an alleged break-in at their apartment, but police on scene say there was no break-in and believe the shooting was intentional. However, his wife also claimed it was accidental.
Complainant stated to medical staff that her husband, the defendant, shot at her, but that it was an accident.
It's a common pattern that some experts find concerning, particularly when it comes to those in certain Asian or religious communities.
Many victims feel very protective of their abusive partners to the degree that we have a lot of people who recant stories in which they do identify as being abused by the person, and then they will say, no, that didn't happen.
Try to make it work sort of thing. So the understanding in the community of what domestic violence is and how severe it can become, I feel is not as great. And that's what we're working on in terms of educating them.
In West Houston, police say that a man shot and killed his girlfriend in front of her family. That woman's 9-year-old daughter witnessed the violence. This all happening on Briar Forest near Kirkwood earlier this week. An elderly woman at the home was taken to the hospital for some unknown reasons. Officers took the boyfriend into custody but say that he is not cooperating. And this is one hot story, but is it a crime of the heart? Well, we'll let you decide. Harris County investigators were called out for what was believed to be a body in the 5800 block of Brunswick. Sheriff Ed Gonzalez said that the remains were believed to be the body of a woman. However, upon closer inspection, Gonzalez said it was not a body. We've learned it was a dismembered silicone sex doll at the scene. Our crew on the scene said the sex doll was missing a head, leg, and possibly an arm, and the left leg was slightly bent. The doll was said to be wearing a pink bra and sequined underwear. It's still unclear if any charges will be filed in connection with this bizarre discovery. So if that wasn't odd enough for you, Huntsville police arrested a man, and they are holding him on a more than $70,000 bond for stealing women's underwear. Brandon George was arrested and charged with burglary of a habitation on May 22nd. A woman contacted police saying that her underwear and other personal items had been stolen from her bedroom. According to officials, another instance was reported in the same area in January, and investigators linked George to that case as well. A search warrant was also served during his arrest, and police say that they found George to be in possession of numerous pairs of women's underwear they believe to be stolen from various other apartments in the Lake Road area. A Houston mom who made a name for herself on TikTok, detailing her life living in a van with her kids, has her name in an arrest report now. Here's Dominique Keith.
You don't know what people go through or what people have been through to survive.
Living in a van with her 3 daughters, Eugenia Morris has posted extensive videos on social media of how the Houston mom and her 3 girls survive living life this way. In this clip, Morris's 3-year-old daughter is washing dishes outside on the sidewalk, and a hot plate on the ground is nearby with food cooking on it. According to court records, CPS has now been contacted after Morris allegedly argued with several people here at Haviland Park. Then detectives say she went to her van, got a machete, and charged at a woman. The woman got away and was not injured. Here's Morris in her first court appearance.
The defendant threatened the complainant with a machete. The defendant has a 2021 ag assault with a deadly weapon case that was dismissed when she completed pretrial intervention. In that case, she struck the complainant with a baseball bat. She has a 2022 domestic abuse aggravated assault arrest.
Also in the court documents, when Morris was arrested, investigators say there was a strong odor of trash coming from the van, and quite a bit was found, making it clear the family lived in the vehicle, including a bucket used as a toilet. And officers say the kids and their clothing were dirty.
I have nobody to support me.
In the social media recordings, Morris talks a lot about her girls and about believing the value of $1 soon won't be worth the paper it's printed on, perhaps explaining how she and her daughters ended up here.
But I'm not trying to sacrifice my soul and my dignity for a piece of paper.
That was Dominique Keith reporting, and that is this week's Fox 26 Crime Files, Crimes of the Heart. I'm Caroline Collins. Thanks for watching.